Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, hello, welcome, my name is Charlotte. Today's video is going to be me sharing with you my Trick or Treat-a-thon TBR. If you do not know what the Trick or Treat-a-thon is, it is a Halloween spooky themed readathon that I'm going to be hosting with some of my great friends on BookTube. We're going to be doing it from the 1st of October to the 31st of October. I will link my announcement video for this readathon down in the description below, so if you want to see all the deets, if you want to know more about the Trick or Treat-a-thon, because if this is the first time that you're hearing about it, you can check out that video down below to check out more, to find out more, to see all the prompts, to get more explanations about how the readathon is going to work. But for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my TBR. One thing that I do want to mention before jumping into this TBR is that we are going to be doing a giveaway in the first week, or kind of in the early parts of the readathon. I will link both the Twitter and the Instagram posts that we put up to announce the giveaway, so you can find out a little bit more, because I probably have forgotten some things. What you will win for this giveaway is a book up to about £20 or equivalent of in your currency. Basically a book of your choice, which is always great. And the rules and how to enter this giveaway is basically just post, I think it's a video or maybe a Instagram post of your TBR for the readathon, and we'll be announcing the winner in our first live show, because we're going to be doing one live show a week for the readathon, so we'll be announcing the winner in our first live show. But once again, the Twitter and the Instagram post are linked down below with more details about the giveaway, because my pea brain cannot remember everything. So that's one thing I wanted to say before I jumped into the TBR, but I will now jump into my TBR. As I said in the announcement video, you can double up with these prompts. You can double up, you can triple up, you can quadruple up, you can do what you want. You can read as many or as little books as you want, just as long as you meet all the prompts. And if that means doubling up, so be it. We have 9 prompts, but I have got 4 books, because I know that I'm not going to read 9. I think it is 9. If it's not 9, that's embarrassing. I know I won't be able to read that many books a month. If I do, Christmas miracle, but I most likely will not. 4 at the moment, it's also a very big goal, but I'm hoping once the colder month's going to come around, I'll have more time to read. So hopefully I will be able to read all these books, and as I have a set TBR that I want to at least read these books by the end of October, I feel like maybe it will help me tackle it and I'll feel more motivated to read more and to tackle this TBR. So I'm basically going to go through all the prompts and say what book I'm reading for this. For the first prompt, which is Dracula, we have to read a book with gay undertones / LGBT plus rep, or read Dracula, or read a Dracula retelling. I just want to say now, before I have to like read out all the prompts, every monster, I will not be reading the book that the monster is based off of or a retelling, because I don't read a lot of classics and I don't really have a lot of retellings on my physical TBR anyway, so it's going to always be probably the other prompt. So I will be going with the gay undertones one, and for that I'm going to be reading Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. I've been wanting to read this since I saw the TV show, which I loved, and I cannot wait for the second season. I can't believe we're getting it. It's going to be so great. So this, if you do not know, is about our angel Aziraphale and our demon Crowley, and they have been friends / foes / who knows, frenemies kind of throughout time, throughout the whole existence of the universe. They've always had a very weird, very up and down relationship, but it's set in the modern day when they have been told, or they have found out, that the world is going to end. And they get these things all the time, but they know for definite that this is going to be the judgment day. This is going to be the day that the world ends, so they have to team up to basically make sure that doesn't happen. Through their time of like meeting each other and living life and living eternity together, they've worked out that they actually really like existing in this world. So as I said, they team up together to kind of stop this end of the world situation, and it is confirmed by one of the authors, Neil Gaiman, that it is gay. Obviously I haven't read the book and I'm only going off the TV show, but there was very much the gay undertones in Good Omens, and I'm hoping there's more of that in season 2. I did want to pick as many kind of Halloween, spooky, that sort of feel books as I could, because obviously it's October, so this was the one that I thought fitted very well for it. And I just can't wait to read it, because I love these boys and I love the TV show so much, with Michael Sheen and David Tennant, iconic. So the next prompt is for Phantom of the Opera, and that is to read a book with a love triangle. And it is literally only just now that I realised I don't have a book for this one. This is not good, because obviously I don't really know about any love triangles in books until I've read them. Hello everybody, Editing Charlotte coming in here to say that what I'd originally said that I'm going to be doing for this prompt, I'm not doing anymore. And what I'm deciding to do is, because I generally don't think that I have any books on my physical TBR, because I want to stick to physical TBR books, or books I physically own. I generally don't think I have any books on my physical TBR that have a love triangle in it. So for this one, I'm going to go for a reread, a book that I have been meaning to reread for a bit. I can't be bothered to grab the book, but I will be reading History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, or rereading it. It's one that I read quite a few years ago and I want to reread it just to see if I still love it as much as I did the first time I read it. But that definitely has a love triangle in it, or comes up a few times when I look up books with love triangles in it. But all the books that come up that've got love triangles in it, I've either read, don't want to read, or I just don't have. I could read Breaking Dawn, but that's a big book and I don't want to read that. And there's so many other books I've either read or never want to read. So the next prompt is for the monster creature from the Black Lagoon, and the prompt that I'm going for this one is to read a book set around the sea. The book that I've chosen, I don't think it can fit any other prompt, so it's only going to be fitting this prompt, and that is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. So I didn't know, I think, until I read the back, but this is set off the windswept Irish coast. So it's set around or near the sea, which is good. All I know about this book is about a group of people who come together for a wedding and they're all kind of like isolated off this Irish coast. I don't know if it's on an island or something, and a murder happens. And I just need that murder mystery, whodunit, sort of Agatha Christie vibes. As it's set by the sea, this is the perfect one for this prompt. And I'm just intrigued. I'm very, very excited to delve into a bit of a murder mystery. So the next prompt is for Frankenstein, and that is to read a book written from a villain's perspective. And the book that I've decided to go for this one is one that's going to double up on a lot of these prompts, and can double up on a lot of these prompts, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I am finally getting around to reading this book after having this on my physical TBR for so long, and after so many people ahead of me have read this, and I feel like I'm the last person to read it. I have been wanting to read this book for a while, and I do like V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab's writing, and some of her other books. But this is about two characters, Victor and Eli, who go to college together, and they start out college roommates, but then they start kind of experimenting with this idea of gaining special powers. But to do that, they almost have to like experience death, and they almost have to like kill themselves to then gain these special powers. So you follow them in college, but then you follow them 10 years later when they are foes, when they are like each other's arch enemies. They're not on the same side. They don't like each other anymore. And I assume that it's written from one of their perspectives. They're both kind of villains because of what they do and what they have done. And I'm just very ready for, and I'm not sure if this could fit for the gay undertone, so it could possibly fit for the gay undertone, so I'm hoping it does. But I'm very ready for this whole special powers and very dark science, you could call it. The next prompt is for Brighter Frankenstein, and that is to read a book featuring an unhealthy relationship. And for that one, I'm going with Vicious, because as you could tell by the synopsis I gave this book just now, is that it follows these two friends who then fall out and who do things that are not very good, and I assume that they'll be having an unhealthy relationship whilst they're still friends and then after they're friends. So there, boom, done. The next prompt is for The Invisible Man, and that is to read a book featuring a character with special powers. I think you can tell why, because these boys tried to gain special powers, and I assume maybe they do it, but either way it has the element of special powers. You could also say that both the characters in Good Omens, both Aziraphale and Crowley, do have special powers, seeing as they are an angel and a demon. So that could also fit, if technically Vicious doesn't. But I'm counting Vicious. I can count this. It doesn't really matter. For the next prompt, which is The Mummy, that is to read a book that is 20+ years old. And for that, I'm reading Good Omens. Good Omens will fit this prompt, because I think this was written in 1990, so it's like 31 years old. Penultimate prompt, which is for The Wolfman, is to read a book where a character goes through a transformation. And so for that, I'm going to be reading Vicious, because I feel like these characters are going to go through transformations. I think both emotionally and mentally, because of what they're doing and because of their relationships together. And obviously it's like a 10-year gap, and like we go forward 10 years in this book. Also like a slight physical transformation, because as I said, these boys do very extreme things to their body to gain special powers, and if they do gain these special powers, that's kind of like a transformation. So in many ways this fits. And the final prompt, which is for The Raven, is to read a book with mental health representation. And I have many books in my physical TBR which include mental health representation, because I feel like there's so many books out there that do contain mental health representation. But I thought I'd go for one that's been on my TBR the longest. I think it has, I'm not sure. But I also want to get this one read so I can watch the film. And that is The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. Just want to say, I know the controversies around this guy. He is trash. But I have had this for a little bit, and I do just want to read it just so I can have said I've read it, and also so I can watch the film. This book deals with a woman who's got agoraphobia, I think. She's got agoraphobia, so of course she doesn't like to go outside. She's very scared of going outside, so she very much lives her life inside. And of course agoraphobia is a mental illness, and it follows her as she witnesses something from her window. I think maybe like a murder or something like that, and then she obviously takes it upon herself to try and investigate what's going on and also to try and like get justice or whatever, but also it plays into the fact that she doesn't like to leave her house. I don't know what is up with, at the moment, there being so many retellings of Rear Window. Like, when did this become a thing? And it's mainly with women rather than obviously the man, which is in Rear Window. Because you've got this, technically you could say you've got the girl on the train. There is others, but I cannot think what. There are so many about a woman or somebody seeing something that technically they shouldn't see from a window or from afar, and then they feel like they have to take it upon themselves to investigate it. Like, if anyone else can think of any other retellings like this, please tell me, because I feel like I've forgotten loads. I didn't get the memo, because if I did, I would have cashed in on it. Also, this could fit for a book where the character goes through a transformation, because I'm assuming that by the end of this book, she's going to go through a transformation where she's able to like go outside and she's going to be able to, not properly, but maybe get over agoraphobia and is going to feel more confident. So that is it for my TBR for the Trick or Treat-a-thon. As you can tell, 4 books that have got like a little bit of a spooky theme or a little bit of like a thrillery, Halloween, not like contemporary feel, basically. And I'm very excited to read all of them because in a sense, all of them I've either been wanting to read for a while, or I've been intrigued to read, or feel like I have to read or should read. So I'm very excited to read these, and hopefully I can read all of them in October. I will push myself, even if I have to set page goals for each day like I have done in the past, I will. If I get to fit in more books, even better. You can see in my vlogs, which I will be doing in October, my Trick or Treat-a-thon vlogs, which of course, stay tuned, subscribe to see when they come. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you're taking part in the Trick or Treat-a-thon, and if you are, maybe upload a TBR so you can enter that giveaway, because who doesn't like a free book? If you are new around here, do not forget to subscribe, turn my notification bell on so you know I'm next going to post, especially for when October comes for the readathon. All my social media links are linked in the description below, and with that all said and done, I'll see you all in my next video.